Is that still recording?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
it just
thought you
goes
saw a
black
ghost
like-
or something.
No. I just saw it go black, and I was like, oh.
No, I'm not like when we were recording earlier, dude. I swear I saw like some weird reflection thing go past outside, and then when you pointed there, I just freaked the fuck out and thought something was outside.
It is spooky because I have like these two glass doors, and like the curtains are gone, so now it's just like, imagine a face just showed up.
That actually, just real quick, my buddy was showing me this, this documentary yesterday. I'm trying to think what the fuck it's. The dick's name is Stan Romanoff. Stan Romanek.
What's it about?
The thing it's on Amazon Prime. It's called Extraordinary: The Stan Romanek Story, and he's like this dick who claims to be like taken by UFOs a bunch of times, but he has all these like real greasy home videos, and like so some of them are just like lights and shit flying around in his yard, but he has like a couple where there's like literally like a big-headed alien, and he just like peeks his head like he's inside his house. He just like peeks like around a wall and just stares at him. He's like, "Oh my god, what is that, bro?" But he's like real calm about like way too calm.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you saw an alien in your house, you would not be like,
Oh,
"Oh my
my
god,
God,
what
what
is
is
he
that?"
doing?" Like you would be like, "Holy
I'd
shit!"
get the fuck out of there. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say shit.
But there's just like a bunch of little videos, and like one of them he has like a little gray alien in his house. There's another one, it's like recording a window, and you can see like the little alien's head like poke up, and then it like shoots down. He's like, "That little bastard," and he like runs over to the window, and he's like, "I can't see it anymore." It's like it's just full of bullshit. It's great though.
Oh my gosh. So we got a quick hitters episode, purely just hitting the things. Kind of like that. You just hit it, move on.
Exactly. Let's do it.
So this one thing I saw, the difference between a million and a billion is literally insane. The example I saw was, did you know that a million seconds ago was last week, and a billion seconds ago was in the 1980s?
Like that's fucked.
That's
That really puts it into perspective though.
I mean, is that real? Like, is that true? Has
Well,
to be.
What's a billion is 1,000 millions.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, 1,000 weeks ago was definitely in the 1980s because there's only 52 in a fucking year.
Yeah.
So 100 is 2 years. Times 10 is 20 years. Wait. Uh-oh. There's some flaws
Did we
in
just
this.
get fucked by TikTok?
Oh my god, TikTok finessed.
I'll look it up. How long ago was a billion seconds? Okay, a billion seconds is 31.69 years.
So it was in the 90s.
So 90s.
Or no, I mean, technically that would be 1989. So I guess that is true.
Okay, it was the 80s.
Okay.
But still, just that jump from like a week
Last
ago
week?
to fucking 31.69 years. That's crazy. And then if you like think about that as money, you realize that like you think a millionaire's rich, like Jeff Bezos has like
Oh my God.
50 billion.
Yeah.
And there's a little graphic, we'll put it up in the video. But it shows like rice. So it shows like
If 1 grain is a million, right?
one grain is like 100,000, I think. So they have like
10.
like yeah, I think they have 10 or maybe 100. Or no, yeah, I think they show 10 as a million, and then they show a billion, and it's like
just a pile.
big pile.
Yeah.
And then they show Jeff Bezos's net worth,
Yeah.
and it's just like a 4-foot mound of fucking rice,
Yeah.
just insane.
It's so sick.
And I saw a thing the other day that Jeff Bezos is projected to be a trillionaire by like 2026. Is that possible? Because like, what's the jump to a trillion?
Oh my god.
Let's see that.
Imagine a million to a trillion, that ratio.
Oh my god, dude.
What?
Guess how many seconds 6 trillion is? Or
Wait, what?
Why the fuck does it have to give me 6? Oh, okay. How many years is a trillion seconds?
1 trillion seconds. How many years?
Yes. Okay, just think first. A million is a week.
Like
A
1,000?
billion is 20 years.
1,000 years?
More. Way more.
Like 1,500?
Way more.
15,000?
Way more.
I don't know.
31,500 years is a trillion
Wow.
seconds. So if Jeff Bezos hits $1 trillion, a trillion compared to a billion, 20 years and 31,500 years.
Yeah. Look up a million. Let's see if it actually was last week.
How long is a million seconds? Yep, 11 and a half days.
So yeah.
1
Little over
billion
a
is
week ago.
31 and 3/4 years, and 1 trillion is 31 points. This is 31.7 thousand years.
Wow. Yeah.
So
I always just thought that was trippy. Like the whole seconds, like comparing it to like how long ago it was.
yeah, that really puts it into perspective
Yeah.
more.
All right. Moving forward.
And that also makes you realize that like when people say top 1%, none of them are millionaires.
No.
None of them are millionaires.
No.
Millionaires are very poor
Yeah. In
compared
comparison to the top 1%.
Yeah.
But I mean, just think like how much $1 million would mean to us right now.
Well, yeah, because like we're making the jump from like thousands to millions.
Yeah.
But then just imagine millions to billions.
But I mean, that. Never mind. Jeff Bezos could spend $1 million every day and not even.
It'd take
Dent.
hundreds of years.
It wouldn't even dent anything. $1 million a day. Did you know your keys will travel further than your car? Your car keys will travel further than your car.
Oh, shit. Guess you're right. Unless you lose your keys,
Well, but how would the car move?
you get a new set of keys.
True, but I guess just the idea of the keys in
Yes.
general.
Did you see that
Oh
on
my
TikTok?
God. Yes. So most of the shit I get from TikTok, which is sad to admit, but a lot of it is trippy. This next one, I posed it to all my friends when I went to school. And it like blew people's minds. All right, so this is kind of an elaborate one. Do your best to picture what I'm about to say. Okay. So you're on a cruise ship. You're standing on the deck, and you have a drone.
Okay.
Right? You're flying the drone. If you were to hover the drone in place above you, after a minute, it would no longer be above you, right? Because the cruise ship is moving and the drone's hovering in place.
Well, the wind would move the drone.
The
but
wind
okay.
is slightly, yeah. The wind is not a factor.
Okay.
Now take that same scenario and put yourself inside the bedroom on that cruise ship, and it was hovering above you. After a minute, it would still be above you. How does that work?
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, it would.
Why?
Just think about it. The drone is hovering in place inside your room. If I was hovering a drone inside of a plane, it wouldn't move.
I think it would.
I don't think it would.
It definitely would, dude.
So you think if a drone was
Well,
hovering in place,
I
and
guess
a
not,
plane
because
took
if you like
off-
toss something in the air, it doesn't shoot backwards. Why?
I don't know.
Huh.
But the cruise ship is the best because there's no like sudden moves of, there's no like acceleration. Like the plane, if you threw a tennis ball in the air while it was taking off, it would fly backwards.
But not
But
while
if you
you're
were just
inside the
cruising,
plane.
yeah, if you were just cruising at altitude
Why?
and you threw a tennis ball in the air, it wouldn't move, even though you're going 400 plus miles an hour.
Well, but this is why. At least with a tennis ball. When you throw that ball's also moving 4,000 miles an hour with you.
Yeah.
But the drone.
The drone, yeah, is not. It's just floating. It's in place.
So I don't think it would stay in place then.
What do you think would happen to it? But I'm saying if you were in a cruise ship,
I think the wall would move into it.
really, you think?
I don't know.
I know, that's why
I do.
I think I believe you now that I'm thinking about it, but now I'm just like, I still don't know, and I don't know why something would happen if it.
But like, no, because if you're standing in a plane and you jump, the fucking ground doesn't.
Exactly.
You're all.
But
But
if,
you're moving.
But if a minute passed,
No. I think it all has to do with whatever it's on in the first place. It's already moving at that pace.
but it's just hovering, it doesn't matter. Like you could not even be there, and that would still be true.
I don't know, dude. That's fucking me in the head.
Yeah,
I don't
isn't
like
it?
that.
Isn't it, dude?
I want to figure that out now.
Yeah. I'm sure like it's an easy physics answer, like real easy.
Oh yeah, Granda's probably
Yeah. Just like,
punching
oh
herself
well,
in
it's
the
obviously
tits right now.
this. Obviously this is how it is. All right, moving on. Did Thanos have some good points? Because I'm a firm believer he did.
I mean, what was his general philosophy other than like getting rid of half the world?
There are not enough resources in the universe to support the amount of people that live there. Or at least will live there in the future, right? Because the population's always growing. It's never decreasing. The population of everything, like animals, people, maybe not plants or whatever, that's always decreasing. But
We have factory farming, dog. I think there's more cows now and more chickens now than ever.
right, but but it keeps growing. Like it's the idea that at one point there will be too many people that the world can support. Like there's a threshold that the world can hit, and there's no threshold with how many people can produce. Like we're just going to keep reproducing at a high rate. So it's like, what do you do at that point? There's no solutions.
It is tough.
Unless you
Someone has to
can't
make
live-
the call to just
Exactly.
snap the finger.
Especially if you can't move to Mars and start civilization there. Like if you're trapped on
But
Earth.
I mean, if you kill half the planet, that's only just gonna buy you time.
Exactly.
It's still gonna happen.
It's going to buy you a lot of time though.
Yeah, but I don't know, because I think we've reproduced in the past 20 years at a higher rate than we had in the previous like 200 years.
I could see that.
Because advances in medical technology,
But
that's a big
half-
part of it. But we're at the point now where like if you have a kid, there's like a 90% chance that everything's gonna be fine.
I mean,
Where it wasn't like that 50 years ago.
half the people, that's a lot of people.
Well, I mean, we talked about this when like Corona came up. If we lost like 20%, like the world would be wide the fuck open.
Oh, it would be crazy.
So 50%. I mean, everywhere would be a ghost town, I think.
Mm-hmm. Just like it is in the movie.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, I'd like to hear a better solution for when that day comes. Because,
That's why
I'm
Elon
not
Musk
all
is trying to
against
get us
it.
to Mars.
yeah. I mean, he knows the day is coming. The day is coming. Like, you can't really stop it unless you made like
I
a
think we
law.
got another several hundred,
Oh,
if
I'm
not
sure.
1,000 years
I'm
till
sure.
we overpopulate the
I'm
planet.
sure. For sure.
Because if you think about it, we can rape all of nature before we have to leave.
True. But then I feel like that would just make us decrease at a faster rate. Like,
Maybe, but we might get to the point where we can completely like,
not rely on nature.
yeah,
Yeah.
just manufacture everything
Yeah.
we need.
I could see that too.
But you still need natural resource. Like everything comes from natural resources in some way.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Do you think you've seen every possible time on a clock in your life?
By the second
No. by the
minute,
Minute.
well, so that would be 60 minutes times 12, right? So 30.
Well, times 24 because you got like the PM and AM.
But if you-
they're different times.
Are they though? Not on a
I'm
clock.
saying they are for this scenario.
Okay.
So that's 60 times 24. So there's 1,440 possible times on a
Combination of
clock.
times.
Do you think you've seen all of them? Because you got to think, you've been alive for a
No,
long ass time. You've been
'cause,
looking
like,
at clocks for a
Most of
long
like
time.
the like 3 to like 5
That's-
o'clock times I haven't seen.
That was my argument too when I brought this up a couple weeks ago. Like there's like that probably in the 5 a.m.s.
Do you think?
I don't think
do you
I've
think
touched
you
all
see
of them.
11:11 a lot, or you just notice it when you see it?
I think I see it a lot.
Yeah, so do I. But maybe it's
Coincidentally,
just-
or is it?
I don't like a lot of like frequently. I look at the clock and it's
True.
11:11.
I see 420 a lot too, but that just might be like a psychological
I
thing
think
with
I
us.
think like you notice.
I
it
think we
more.
see every
Like
time
I
a
might
lot.
see like 1057 all
Exactly.
the time, but it's a random number. So
Exactly.
It doesn't mean anything.
Imagine if you saw 1057 right now and that was the first time you've ever seen 1057 on the clock. It's definitely not,
It's
but
not. I've definitely seen 1057.
this is a common hour that I'm looking
It
at
is,
clocks.
Yeah.
Um,
What else do we got?
the idea of colors is interesting. I wonder if you will get this because
Like if you see what I see.
yeah.
Yeah. And try
Have
to
you thought about
imagine a
that?
color that doesn't exist.
Well, that's impossible.
Like try to create a color.
Nah, it's impossible.
It is.
But yeah, like if I'm looking
But
at
the
this
the
table,
fuck thing is that there's like trillions of colors that we just can't perceive.
yeah,
So there are colors out there, but we can't, like, our brain can't even
No.
fathom like what another color would look like.
you can't interpret it.
We think we've seen every color.
Yeah, but the whole idea that like this table is brown, and
But
I
you're-
see it as brown,
you're
but
brown.
you see it as neon green, but you've called that brown your whole
But
life.
everything I see, all
Yeah.
my browns are neon green. Yeah.
Exactly. I love
Is
that.
there any way to really find that out?
Can you analyze what someone else is seeing on technology through technology?
I wouldn't be shocked.
Like, can you put a camera in someone's eyes and see what they're seeing?
I don't
That would
think
be
so,
wild.
but
That's
that'd
some
be
Black
crazy.
Mirror shit.
That is.
So
I think the only way to do that is when we get to the point where you can transfer consciousness between bodies.
yeah.
What if like I transferred to someone else's body and been like, "Holy shit, bro, you're blues or greens"?
Yeah, exactly. And then it would all just be debunked at that point. Like, obviously, everyone sees everything differently,
Yeah.
which I feel like could be pretty believable because not everyone's different. Like DNA, that's how DNA works. Like every human being is different.
Yeah, but at the same time, we're also like almost exactly like.
Yeah.
Like, there's like a very tiny
But
fraction.
imagine if like this
a
is a tint.
percentage of
What
our
if this brown is a
makeup.
tint lighter for you? A
Could
tint
be.
lighter. Can blind people see in their dreams?
Only if they were not always blind.
So, I'll get back to the flip side
think.
of it. I agree with you, but now my
Because
follow-up
you can't
question
picture
is,
things if you have nothing to base things off of.
yeah, or
But like, can a blind person like rub their hand like down an object and
picture
then
it?
picture it?
if they've always been blind, I don't know
Like, could you map it out in your brain, or like, would you just not even be able to fathom like what
exactly.
it would look like?
So back to your question or your answer. If they could have seen and then turned blind at one point in their life, and they can see in their dreams, wouldn't you constantly be? I mean, the fact that you're blind aside,
Striving to dream.
exactly.
All the
The fact that you're blind aside, wouldn't you always be depressed when you were awake?
Well, I think blind people get used to it. Some people are better with it than
I
others.
feel like it's tough to deal with.
Did you hear the Joe Rogan Elon Musk interview?
Mm.
Holy shit, you got to listen to it. Elon Musk is an incredibly boring person to listen to. He's like literally the most monotone voice on the planet, and he's just really shitty at talking. But if you just sit through it and listen to what he's saying, the shit they're working on with Neurolink is insane. So like the first stage, I won't take up too much time, but the first stage is pretty much going to be like this little 1-inch diameter chip that they drill into your skull and implant it. And then they connect electrodes to certain parts of the brain based on like whatever's wrong with you. So he said, theoretically, with this technology, make a blind person see again, deaf person hear again, epilepsy gone, paraplegic or quadriplegic, move all their limbs again, and possibly even get to the point where their limbs work better than a normal person's. Like crazy claims that he's making, and this is all stage one. And then like distant in the future, like 15, 20 years down the line from now, it'll be at a point where it's like essentially a shitload of wires attached to all parts of your brain, just like boosting your brain. And he talks about
So like a superhuman, like
yeah,
being able to create
a full
superhumans.
merge with technology.
Yeah.
We will be cyborgs within the next 20 years. And the other thing he was talking about was when you have a really complex idea, your brain has to compress that idea into words. Then you say those words. The other person hears them. Their brain decompresses them into thoughts. And with all that, a lot of information is lost. And so, say I have like a really complex idea in my head, no matter how hard I try to articulate it and explain it correctly, just because we're different people, you're not going to know exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But through this Neurolink, you could literally send full thoughts to people and completely eliminate the need to talk. And if you think about that, when you think aliens, just a big ass head, fucking eyes, they don't talk.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting there. We're getting skinnier. We're getting fucking bigger heads. Shit's, I mean, who knows, man?
Have you ever read the comments under porn that you were watching?
No, but I always see them on like social media.
But that's not what I'm talking about. Like those are always like the funny things. But like sometimes like I'll be watching a video and I'll think something like during the video, like completely off-putting. Like be like, you know, what the fuck?
Like about the video?
Yeah, like something
poor acting or
yeah,
something.
exactly. Or something like, you know, maybe there's like Family Guy on in the background and like they say like something funny. I'll like go to the comments and the top comment will be like, yo, like Peter Griffin, like that was a bar. Like, it's just like dead serious people and it's so funny, bro.
It's funny that Pornhub would like put a comment section in their videos.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is just like a lot of bros
Yeah.
like memeing and trolling.
A common one I see too is like just like song ? And then like someone replies and he's just like, thanks, bro. Like completely off.
I don't think I've ever been watching a porno and been like, holy shit, this song is fire.
Oh, I've been put onto 2 songs that I can remember right now.
Are they like sexy songs?
One is. The other one's just straight fire. Like,
Really?
do you know who Lil TJ is?
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
there was what was it, like a bitch twerking? Like
Yes.
some fucking ghetto type shit?
It's called Ruthless, the song. I literally love this song. And I found it from that thing. And another thing is
featuring Jay Critch.
Yes. So good.
I'm just trying to picture like clapping cheeks to this song.
That's exactly what it is. She's like, dude, and like the whole time I can't even focus on the video. Like the first time I'm listening to it, well, wait till the beat drops and stuff, but the whole time, you know, I'm just watching the video like a normal person. And then like the dude starts spitting the chorus coming up and I'm just like, holy, I'm literally bopping my head listening to the video. I've stopped everything else.
I mean, it's definitely got a pretty good beat. But like, honestly, like, I can't beat off if there's music.
In the video?
Yes.
What?
Like, I need to skip through the music. Like, sometimes I'll get on videos and the music is like, it just distracts me. Whether it's just
Do you
like,
mean if it's only music or if there's background music?
no, if there's any sort of music,
Wow.
I need full sound. I need to hear cheeks being clapped.
And
I don't know,
another-
dude. Like,
that
I'll be
is
watching videos and like the thumbnail looks real good. Like you think you get some nice shots in there.
Yeah.
And then I get on it and it's all like fucking piano music. And I'm like,
Oh,
I don't need
that's
to hear this
stupid.
shit.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I
You've
wouldn't
never
do
come
that.
across a video where there's like music, like background music
No.
while they're banging?
Unless it's like something they're purposely putting on, like, you know, they're putting on like a Drake song or something. But
Just put on some fucking Take Care.
dude, and then there's
Make some love to Marvin's Room.
there's a Jeremiah song that I found like years ago, and I still listen to it. And
What
like,
is it?
It's called Impatient.
Oh, yeah, I know that song.
Love that song. Found it only from a video.
Is
though.
that the nice day when you used to? Maybe not.
I haven't heard it in forever, so I forget how it goes. But I'll never forget like how I found it. But yes.
You think what you used to.
No, you probably
what I'm used to. It's like,
Last time we felt like it was all night. Now you got me thinking about you all night.
it kind of hits it nice here.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is for stroking.
But dude, like imagine like listening to that for the first time in a porn. Like I'm stopping everything and I'm looking up the song and I'm finding
So
it.
when that happens, do you just have to like scroll the comments right here, dude? Yeah, this is like straight. This is not porn. This is love making.
Exactly. So the whole time I'm just like, oh my god. I think for this
Throw
one,
some Jeremiah in your porn.
I know for the Ruthless Lil TJ song, like I stopped the video, went to Google, and didn't stop till I found it.
So you didn't go comment section for that one?
No. Sometimes I do though.
That's funny. I don't think I've ever found a song through porn. That's funny though.
But anyways, kind of relating to that, but not really. But I know you agree with this, but I hope the listeners do. Whenever you're on like in a public place, especially like a college tour is like the perfect like example I can think of. You're in a group, 10 to 15 kids with their parents, and you see like that one girl, and you're like, oh, she's like attractive. And then you just kind of like crush on her like the whole time. Like anytime we stop like and they are talking, like you kind of just like peek over.
Yeah,
See,
it's
like-
just like
see what
your
she's-
momentary crush
Yeah.
for the day.
You have like these like small crushes like just in your head, and then you forget about them after. And then, but it's just funny, like it's kind of exharating.
Like
a
you
little
look
bit.
at a chick and you're like, holy shit, I could maybe marry her.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
you don't like hear a
Somehow
single
she's
word.
like always perfect too. Like literally, you're just like, what the fuck? Who
Yeah.
is this?
Like, why does she look like amazing when she
Yeah.
looks like
Why does
garbage?
she look like Jesus? But yeah,
Just real quick, back to the porn thing. I want to say something controversial that I told you the other day, and it took a second to get you on my team, but I think I got you. All right, brace yourselves.
this is gonna hit.
Incest is okay in one single situation. And I know right now you're like, holy fuck, what are you talking about? You're fucking gross. No, I'm not. At least from a man's perspective, if you are approached by two twins, a set of twins, and they want to do some shit with you, there is, me personally, and I think you'll agree with me, it would not at any point come across my mind like
As
maybe I shouldn't
incest.
be doing this. This is weird.
Because of incest. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, never. Never would cross your mind.
Even like, I don't know. What is it about twins?
I don't know.
It's like they're the same person. So
Because
like,
even, you're right though, like if it was like an older sister and a younger sister, and obviously they're like both of age, I'd think I'd be like, oh.
yeah, I
I'd
definitely
be like-
have a thought
I'd
about
be
it.
like, I don't know.
But if you're at a party and two smoking hot twins come up to you and they're like, yo, let's go fuck around upstairs, there's no chance that you're
Anyone's thinking,
twice.
oh, incest?
Like-
What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, that is bizarre. It's
So,
only a
like,
dude thing for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess it probably is. We know a set of twins. We should ask because, like, if we ask them, they'd think that's like the most disgusting thing ever.
Oh, so gross.
But
Because they think of it as pure incest,
Yeah.
like any of us would.
But to guys, it's just like
Yeah.
you're banging the same girl, but there's two of them.
The idea that you spend your entire life working up to get a good job, an income, a source of income. Either way, it's work. But you spend your whole life working up to that so that one day you don't have to work. Your entire life is working towards a point where you don't have to work.
Yep.
Because that's everyone's dream. No one wants to work. Jeff Bezos doesn't want to work.
Well, it's like, do you think we could ever get? I don't know. I think humans are just built that we always have to be producing and
True.
creating new things and advancing.
I don't know. It's
So I
tough
don't
to
think
say.
we could ever just like stop working.
Right. It's tough to say. And like, because right now, like, I can't think of anything better than like being on vacation indefinitely. But like anything, it probably does get old.
I think as you get older too, like I don't think we understand this as much, but I think as you get older, you like to us, sitting on the beach for the rest of our life sounds amazing.
Yeah.
But I think you get to a certain age and you're like, I want to do something with my
Yeah.
life.
Exactly. You value different things at
Yeah.
different ages.
So I think now we just like look at it as like, fuck work. I'd rather just be rich sitting on a beach. But most rich people still work because like you need something to do and like some value
Yeah.
of your life.
That kind of connects to what I'm going to say next is I know you don't want to have kids as of right now,
No.
but say that does change at some point. I was watching Look Mom, I Can Fly. I assume you've seen it, the Travis documentary on Netflix.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, well, like there's the one point where he's holding Stormy like right after she gets born. And like he's like, I mean, he's obviously fucking cooked, but like he's just like literally looking at her like you've never seen a human like look like that in your life. And it's just the idea that like if you do have kids and when I have kids, like when you're holding your first child right after they've been born, like that's going to be a feeling like no other.
But
you will never duplicate that feeling.
I've heard like a lot of people go in, like especially men, go into the childbirth experience thinking that the first time they see their kid, their whole world is just going to shatter and there's going to be this crazy feeling. But like a lot of dads are like, they look at it and they're just like, okay, it's just a fucking baby. But after
Right, it might hit you
after some
later.
time, like maybe after a week or so, when you're holding your baby and you're in your house, you're like, holy fuck, I created this
Yes,
thing.
like this is mine.
So I think some people it sets in later, but I think it's kind of like a popular misconception that every dad like looks at their baby
Right.
and like instantly. But I think it probably does happen. But other people, it's like it takes a minute
Right.
to set in.
I think for me it'll happen instantly. Like I just can't imagine like holding a baby because I don't hold babies often, but like holding one and like it being yours, like because every time you've held a baby or even a kid, like it's someone else's. Like it's not your responsibility. Like you're just holding the kid. It's a cool kid, like cute kid.
Do you like holding babies?
No,
I hate it.
hate it.
Like
well, what age? What age?
any.
I mean, yeah, I don't like holding kids in
No,
general.
dude.
I mean, maybe if like it's like a cute like 3-year-old like boy and I like have him on my shoulders and he's having a good time.
Yeah.
Like, but not like actually like holding, you know, like
Well, like I remember I think I was at my aunt's house or something, and like one of my cousin's friends had a baby, and they were like, "Do you want to hold her?" And I felt bad, but I was like, "No,
you said no.
no," because
I
like
mean, no one wants
I
to.
genuinely don't want to hold your kid.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, like, no, I don't.
That's
Like,
so
I
funny.
found I'm not interested in that. Best case scenario, I don't get puked on.
Well, and it's funny because like if it was a puppy, there's
Oh.
almost no scenario in which I'm turning down holding a puppy.
Do you want to hold my puppy? No.
Yeah, who the fuck would say that?
Do you want to hold my baby? No, like no. Why?
Exactly.
Why would I want? What am I gonna do with a baby? I'm just gonna be nervous as shit. If I fuck up, I could kill it instantly. It's got a big old soft spot on the back of his head. Fuck that. I don't need that shit. But a puppy, you can just hold them and squeeze them and. Like, what do you do with a baby? You pet a dog. You
Yeah.
just look at a baby.
The baby, you just hold
Like,
it.
I think
and
you
you're
could
just-
kind of pet a baby's head and you sniff it. People always sniff babies' heads.
Sometimes they smell good though. Like baby powder smells amazing.
Well, I've heard babies' heads smell really good, but I don't think I've ever
That's
actually
kinda
smelled
funny.
one.
All right, where I want to end is I want to talk about deja vu and what you think it is because this is kind of a elaborate topic in my mind.
Well, let's
And I have a theory.
Let's look up what the popular consensus is.
Oh,
first.
if you don't think I've looked up hundreds of articles on deja vu, no one knows what it is. Like, no one's like, this is what it is, and this is definitely what it is.
So it's just people like, I don't know.
People have, accurate
what's-
guesses. Scientists, doctors,
What's like
psychologists. They're like,
What's like the psychologist definition? Well, not definition, but explanation.
they don't have like a good one that I've ever seen.
They don't say it's like just like a weird misfire in your brain or some shit.
No, not that I've seen. I've looked up so many articles and I can't figure it out.
It's firmly associated with temporal lobe epilepsy.
Wait, what? So you have epilepsy kind of every time you have
Well,
deja
it
vu?
said reportedly deja vu can occur just prior to a temporal lobe seizure. People suffering A seizure of this kind can experience deja vu during the actual seizure activity or in the moments between convulsions. Holy fuck. Imagine having a seizure and like between each convulsion you have just like a crazy fucking
deja vu.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Wait, so people with epilepsy have deja vu a lot then, probably.
A frontal lobe epilepsy or temporal lobe. Since it occurs in individuals with and without the medical condition, there's much speculation as to how and why this phenomenon happens. Several psychoanalysts attribute deja vu to simple fantasy or wish fulfillment, while some psychiatrists ascribe it to mismatching in the brain causes the brain to mistake the present for the past.
That's what I mean.
So like
So it's a mistake.
yeah, I think it's a misfire, like something just gets fucked in your
How
head.
does that happen, dude? I
It's-
have a
well,
theory.
It's always random moments too. Like it's never like a specific thing. It's like you bend over to pick something up and you're like,
yeah,
whoa.
exactly.
I'm-
That's what I mean. I have a crazy theory, and I'd like to run it by you. And I'd like to believe that I've invented it, but I probably haven't. And it's that there are multiple realities. So you are living.
You have not created that.
That's not the whole thing.
Okay.
There are multiple realities, right? So there's a different version of you,
Yes.
many different versions.
Infinite.
Who knows how many? But my theory is that every time you have deja vu, it's when another
like a
version
lake.
of you is having the same moment as yourself right now. So they're all living slightly different lives than you, but not too far off. They're just making small little decisions that you're not making. Or when you have a split in your path, they're making the other choice.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, like, you all come back together because you're still yourself. It's just a different version of you. And I think deja vu is when you, like you said, it's like a
You
link.
and another version of
Yes,
yourself. Like
at the exact same time are having the same moment, and it's like a wake up call to that. Isn't that kind of sick?
That could be. I mean,
I hope no one said
you
that
might have
before.
created that, honestly.
I hope so.
But like the idea that there's infinite numbers of us is pretty common.
Yeah.
Not common, but it's been talked about before.
But are they all living like crazy different lives? Like everyone's different. Like in one reality,
Infinite.
you're a
Infinite.
superstar, like
Yes.
singer.
Anything you can imagine, there's a reality where it's
Yeah.
real.
Exactly. And it could even be like, say you're like a celebrity, you know, and you go to like blow your nose and you're blowing your nose here. And it's like you have it at that moment. It could be the link to that person.
Yeah, they're weird. I
But-
wonder if like we could ever.
I just don't know how deja vu has not been explained by now.
How could you?
Because
though?
it's one of the craziest feelings you have.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
and every time it happens
well,
too, you realize
the
it's happening.
the
You're
thing
never
that's-
ignoring deja vu.
the thing that's weird too is that it's like really hard to test deja vu because it happens like randomly.
You could never
So
do
you'd
it on
have
command.
to sit somebody in a room for years.
And
And
even
ho-
then, probably
yeah.
not. Maybe not.
Because
get
if
it.
they're doing the same shit every day, they're probably not going to have a deja
Exactly.
vu.
And I
So-
think it's crazy. Like you're never ignoring deja vu. Every time it happens, you're like, "Holy shit, this is deja vu." Like,
Yeah, you can't
you
ignore
can't
it.
ignore it. It's fucking crazy.
Are there people who've never had it?
Maybe. I bet probably.
It happens like a couple times a year. It's very rare.
Yeah.
But when it happens, it's like, fuck.
I wouldn't say even once a month. Like maybe
No. Definitely not
once
a
every
month.
few months.
Yeah. Maybe 3-4 times.
And I can't
a
even
year.
remember the last time I had it, but I know it was
I remember the last
semi-recently.
time I had one.
What? Was it recent?
Probably probably about a year ago.
Oh,
maybe
what?
like
You haven't had one since
last
then?
late fall.
I probably
That's the
had
last one I remember.
I probably had it a month or two ago, maybe. It happens for me.
I'll be
about
more
that much.
mindful about it this time though, now that I'm thinking about it.
Exactly. But what if we never get it again because we've talked about it? Or maybe we figured something out and the government has turned it off for us because they don't want us to figure it
They
out
shut
anymore.
it off. They're like, all right.
He's on to it. Yeah.
It's very instant too. It's not like you can prolong it or anything. It's just
Nope.
like
Goes away.
one single movement and it
Mhm.
hits and then it's gone.
Hits for maybe 3 seconds max.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh no, now I haven't been here before.
But like a couple seconds ago, I was pretty sure I had.
Yeah. Fucking crazy. All right, you want to have the we're going to try to start TikTok of the pod.
Oh, talk of the pod.
Talk of the pod. I have this thing in our notes that says why it's called TikTok, and there was some trippy thing, and now I can't remember. Like someone like on TikTok was like, I think it's called TikTok because of this, and it was
Oh.
trippy, and I was like, oh shit, and then I forget now.
There's probably a very basic answer.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it's got a ring to it,
Mm-hmm.
and like most big companies have one simple name.
Yeah. How do they even create these names?
TikTok,
What's Google?
Snapchat,
Yahoo.
Google, Facebook.
I mean, I know
Yahoo.
there's explanations for why
Amazon.
all these are called it.
I mean, they're all just
Tesla.
Uber, Twitch. Like they're all just random.
It's
one
crazy because
words.
like those are all invented names for the most part.
Uber is like now a noun and a verb.
What is Yahoo? that's just that's
Yahoo!
just sound.
Is that where it came from? You think like Yahoo?
I'm sure because it has the exclamation point at the end too. So
Oh,
it's
it
like,
does, yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy how some people, the biggest companies, are just like invented. But all right, we'll play this
So
TikTok.
talk of the pod. We
Give them a backstory.
we can put the graphic up for this, right?
Yeah.
too? All right, so we'll put the video up. It's like a game show, and you'll be able to tell what's happening just from the audio. But do watch it as well because it makes it a little easier to understand because you'll see the hints on the board.
We asked America, besides paint, you need blank if you're going to repaint your room. Top 4 answers. Go.
Tarp.
Nope.
Please and guess.
Basement.
Oh fuck! Just real quick. First word is B. Second word is T. Third word is D, and then the fourth is 2 words D and C. So tarp, not a bad guess.
No. Good guess. I thought it was a good guess when I first heard the TikTok.
Yeah. Basement.
You
Not the best.
You don't
answer.
need a
You don't
basement,
need a basement to paint a
paint
room. And it says your room, so she's having trouble.
Brushes, drop cloth,
See, that dude killed it. T and R.
radishes,
Radishes.
Turpentine. Tarp.
Tarp again.
it's a rope,
Rope.
Dogs.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. See, I love game show shit like that when it's just your time constraint and you freak out and you're like, dogs.
How does that even cross your mind, dude? Oh my god.
That's great.
Like rope was pretty good. That was pretty funny.
Rope.
Rope.
I like, she said basement with so much confidence.
Basement. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I mean, she was sure that basement was going to be the right answer on that one.
Top 4 answers. Go.
Tarp. Basement.
The way she says it too.
Basement.
She says it in a powerful way.
Oh.
Oh.
So that's the talk of the week. We'll shout out whoever posted it at XX Tina with 3 N's and 3 A's. Shout out to you, Tina.
But yeah. Quick hitter episode. We tried to hit everything. I mean, we have more.
We have
too.
a lot more, but
But yeah, we'll try to.
I want to talk about Mormons having sex next time.
All right.
It's
Next
very-
episode.
Very interesting, some of their tactics.
Oh, Cody Co has covered this on their podcast. It's so funny.
Soaking.
Yes.
Well, that's just a preview for next time. We'll get into it in depth next time.
But thanks for joining us on another episode.
Tube Station Pod on Instagram. The Tube Station on Twitter, I think. I forget. Follow us up. Catch you guys on the flippity flop.